If someone disappears in full view, how would you feel? Certainly, some people think this should be a prank show by which TV station. But what if this is a real case? Not one, but two newlyweds of the same age, married only 6 months, had disappeared without a trace. Hello, amazing viewers! It's me, Femina here. If this is a content you would be interested in, do subscribe and click the bell right away. Nobody would imagine that a happy newlywed couple would disappear without a trace. But that was what happened to Choi Seong-hee and Jeon Min-jeon in South Korea. Under the close monitoring of 22 CCTV cameras, the husband and wife seemed to have evaporated. The couple's phones and passports were missing from the apartment. However, there was no sign of struggle in the apartment. There were dirty clothes on the porch. The kitchen sink had dirty dishes and spoons, and the leftover food was not thrown away. The two disappeared from the house, leaving behind a dog. The actress Choi Seong-hee, who was quite famous in the Busan area, was teaching acting at a school while preparing for an upcoming theatre performance. Her husband, Jeon Min-jeon, also 35 years old, owned a restaurant. On 31st May 2016, the police were called by Mr. Jeon's father. He was concerned because his son was not returning the family's messages and calls. Min-jeon and Seong-hee were living together in an apartment in Busan. When the police arrived, no one answered, so they had to enter forcefully. Upon entering the apartment, everything seemed untouched, with no signs of a struggle or break-in. Some personal belongings such as passports, backpacks, documents and laptops of the couple were not found, which at first seemed to indicate that there was no crime, but that the newlyweds had disappeared on their own. Seong-hee was last captured on apartment CCTV at 11:16 p.m. on 27th May 2016, holding bags of groceries and acting normal. Most of the purchased items were left in the car. Min-jeon was last seen on CCTV at 3:30 a.m. the next day on 28th May. According to friends of the couple, he had been drinking in a bar and then returned home. The couple's dog was inside the apartment. There were feces everywhere, which indicated that the animal had been alone for a while. Along with this, the groceries Mrs. Choi had bought were still on the table, untouched, and the couple's car was still parked in the garage. At least 70 to 80 police officers reviewed images from the security cameras. What's most baffling is that there were 22 CCTV cameras in various locations around the apartment block, but none of them captured the couple leaving the building. Based on the layout of the apartment block, it is nearly impossible for the couple to have left without being caught on camera. This information brought up questions that made the case even a little stranger. Did the couple rush out on purpose? How did they know the exact position of the cameras? The water tanks were also checked as there was no evidence that the couple got it out from the building. Ms. Choi sent a text message to her assistant director at 11:56 p.m. on the evening of May 28, saying, "I am not feeling well and cannot attend the performance rehearsal on the evening of the 29th. At 6:20 on the evening of the 30th, another text message was sent to the theatre company representative saying, "I don't think I can perform. I had an accident like last time and was admitted to the hospital again." On the same day, the husband called the restaurant's partner and told him, "I have a domestic appointment. We are closing the restaurant today." Min-jeon's employee said that his voice sounded different. On the 31st, a call was made to the theatre company where Mr. Jeon is suspected to be, where he was told, "My wife will not be able to perform because she is taking medication." It took almost 5 days of keeping in touch by messages, missing work, and making up excuses to justify her absences. In an interview, Seong-hee's boss pointed out the message received had a very formal tone different from how she used to communicate. During the investigation, The police searched hospital records for the couple and discovered that neither had been admitted to any hospital during the period in question. On June 2, their cell phones were mysteriously turned off the same day the investigation began. However, the phones had completely different GPS locations. Min Jun's phone was traced to Busan, while Seong Hee's phone was traced to Seoul, about 330 kilometers away. The phones were never found. The last message sent was to Jeon's father, and it said, "Everything is fine." Miss Jang was Min Jun's jealous ex-girlfriend, and she constantly threatened and harassed the couple. As Miss Jang was the police's only lead, they decided to extradite Miss Jang from Norway to South Korea. She filed a lawsuit and won the case, and so remained in Norway. The couple has never been seen again, and the family remains without answers. Some of the stronger theories suggest that the couple went away of their own volition, or that for fear of some unknown threat they fled in haste. The fact remains that this bizarre case remains open, leaving many loose ends and unanswered questions. See you in another video. Bye bye.